about to be decided, and the challenger is in hostile territory here. A Liverpool man in Manchester.
Well, listen to these people booing this man for supporting his team. I said earlier, James R. Kennedy doesn't like sports. Hey, Zack Gibson does, and he's entitled to support whichever club he wants to.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the WCPW Internet Championship. Making his way to the ring, the challenger from Liverpool, this is Zack Gibson!
Zack Gibson arrives in the Lion's Den here, a chorus of jeers towards Liverpool's number one. And Gabriel Kidd, even though he's not from Manchester, is effectively going to have hometown advantage here, you've got to think.
Absolutely, but listen, Liverpool's number one. I bet you he has a list of reasons he could give you, more than one, why he hates Manchester. He doesn't like these people. As much as they don't like him, it's right back.
Listen to this. No love lost between those two great cities of the Northwest.
I don't condone this language, Bradshaw. It's disgusting. They don't deserve to hear from Zack Gibson.
It is perhaps the unlikeliest of title reigns. A fairy tale, if you will. A dream for this 20-year-old. And Gabriel Kidd's dream continues right here at Fight Back.
Ladies and gentlemen, making his way to the ring, he is the current reigning and defending WCPW Internet Champion from Nottingham. This is Gabriel Kidd!
Let me tell you something about Gabriel Kidd. At Hendry Mania, he managed to overcome Kenny Williams. An impressive victory, right? But let me tell you something about Kenny Williams. A flicky win over the prestigious one, Joe Hendry, isn't enough. The Prestige don't forget. And speaking of which, the Prestige, someday you have to believe, will be coming for that WCPW Internet title.
They've got more immediate concerns at the moment. As we mentioned earlier, the last man standing match for the WCPW Championship a little bit later on, and if the Prestige interferes on behalf of the champion Joe Hendry, then Hendry will lose the belt.
Disgusting. Discouraging teamwork like that. Who do they think they are?
One of the best decisions that was in Adam Pompier's tenure as general manager, but now hang on. Wait a minute. Gibson has taken our ring announcer's microphone.
Liverpool's number one has something to say to the champ.
Yeah, I'm sure this will be illuminating.
What culture's number one? Soon to be recognised as the UK's number one. And soon to be recognised as the world's number one.
He has a point, Bradshaw. You can't deny that.
Certainly not number one in the minds of these Manchester fans.
Oh. Hey, ignore the marks. Ignore the entitled internet dweebs that make up the What Culture crowd. Because eyes up. Don't get cocky just because you've won one or two matches. Gabriel Kidd. That is exactly what you are, a child. You better back up, lad. You better back up. You won one or two matches, have you, lad? Let me just explain how this match ends. When he rings the bell, I am going to drop you on the deck, wrap your chubby little arm around your head, lock the Shankly gates, and Gabriel Kidd, you.
Cheap shot from Gibson.
Well, he's here to make an impression, and he's here to win championship gold. What better way to do it than to take the fight to Gabriel Kidd?
Well, this match hasn't even officially started. Referee Joel Allen is
It might never start.
trying somewhat futilely to get Gibson back into his own corner.
We need more than one referee. Liverpool's number one. He ain't going to go down that easy.
If he refuses to do it, referee could just disqualify him and Kidd keeps the title. That's what I'd do.
Ah, no. Come on, you said it yourself. This match hasn't even started. This is fair game, and I think it's smart strategy. And you have to agree with Gibson. Kidd, no matter, I don't care how many matches he wins, he is still a loser. He wants to associate himself with idiots like Prince Amin. What is going on around here? Gabriel Kidd has so much to prove, internet champion or not.
You are a bitter, bitter man, you know that?
Ah, I'm sweet and you love it.
You think you know so much about investment. Well, here's an investment you missed. So many of the What Culture fans, including myself, we never gave up on Gabriel Kidd. You never gave him a chance. And look, it has come back to pay dividends on that investment because Gabriel Kidd is the internet champion.
I never gave him a chance because it's only a matter of time before that championship. Oh, wait a minute.
Roll up from Kidd. And gets an early 2 count. Kidd has won several of his matches by surprising opponents with pinning predicaments recently.
Liverpool's number one already has this. He has this match in his back pocket.
He gets a 2 count.
He wants to take that championship gold to Anfield, and he wants to be a star with it. And I just think, Dave Bradshaw, he's going to come true on his word.
Yeah, it'll be the first championship gold that Anfield has seen for some time.
Oh, that's a low blow.
Kick out from Kidd.
How impressed are you? I don't even like sports, and even I know that Liverpool, one of the greatest club sides in the world, play their home matches at Anfield. All these people in Manchester, they know it too. You know why? Because Liverpool is a better city than Manchester.
Wow. You'll be lucky to make it out of here alive if anyone hears you saying that. Gibson using the arm of Kidd to lift him up and over, to dislocate.
Easy peasy, lemon
there.
squeezy. That's right, there ain't no shucky ducky quack quack here. It's easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
Any what? Well, Kidd was 0-26. He'd never won a match here in WCPW until No Regrets, when he was finally able to pin the then internet champion Cody Rhodes and pick up his first win for the internet title. Since then, he has had victories over Zack Sabre Jr. and Kenny Williams. This would be another feather in the cap of this young man from Nottingham if he can beat Gibson here.
Well, he's beaten some impressive guys, but ultimately, it's not about winning battles, it's about winning the war. And Gabriel Kidd has so much more to prove. In my mind, he is still a loser.
Don't say that so nonchalantly. Oh, he's beaten some impressive guys. He's beaten Kenny Williams, who may be on the brink of representing Scotland in the World Cup finals, and he's beaten Zack Sabre Jr., arguably the best technical wrestler in the world.
And you missed one, Mr. Cody Rhodes. He ain't beating Zack Gibson, not tonight.
You know who else he beat, by the way, in that triple threat match where he won the title? Joe Hendry.
Oh, no. Never. I didn't see that. And Dave Bradshaw, by the way, while we're on the subject of the champion himself, the WCPW champ that is, you will address one Joe Hendry as the prestigious one from now on.
Oh, will I? Giving me instructions now, eh?
They come straight from the top. Hey, don't shoot the messenger.
Well, they come from Blompier. I doubt it. Kidd leaps over Gibson. And Gibson, for all his arrogance here in claiming that Kidd doesn't have a chance, is struggling. Kidd almost beating Liverpool's number one right there.
Well, there's one thing. I can call Gabriel Kidd a loser all I want, but there is one thing that's still true. You do not count the Kidd out. He has tremendous heart. I will give him that.
Gabriel Kidd, as he trying to get some feeling back into that left arm. Don't forget if you... Oh, hang on a second. Kidd has got Gibson on his shoulders here. What's he planning? He rolls through. The rolling senton slam. And Kidd goes that moonsault.
Rookie mistake.
Oh, Gibson's going for the Shankly gates. That submission hold. He's beaten some of the best in Britain with that submission. Gibson is trying for it on that weakened left arm of Gabriel Kidd. He can't quite get that arm bent backwards. Trying to weaken Kidd further with those strikes using the right elbow.
He's got him exactly where he wants him.
I know he hasn't. He hasn't got it cinched in because Gibson, Kidd, I should say, is not quite down on his knees. In fact, he's on his feet.
Wow.
Kidd, great strength to get Gibson on his shoulders. That is impressive stuff from the internet champion.
I can't believe my eyes right now. I didn't even think that was possible.
Forearm from Gibson. Short-circuiting all that momentum, or is he? Because Kidd takes him down. Kidd surprises Gibson to retain the title. He's two and a half.
The dream is turning into a nightmare before our very eyes. Mark my words, your new WCPW Internet Champion, Liverpool's #1, Zack Gibson. Mark my words.
Well, we would love to hear what you at home think about this internet title match. Who do you think is going to leave Manchester this evening with the internet title? And what about that main event, the WCPW title on the line in a last man standing match? Give us all of your thoughts on social media using the hashtag #FightBack.
Well, right now, we're trying to see who's the last man standing between Zack Gibson and the internet champ, Gabriel Kidd.
Well, there's only one man standing at the moment. All there was, it was Kidd, but that slap from Gibson sends him down to one knee temporarily. Gibson trying to bend the arm backwards again, trying to weaken it, ready for that Shankly Gates.
Look at the way he's bending and wrenching.
Oh, God.
The joint of Gabriel Kidd's elbow. Old school sensibilities, I love it.
Kidd is in some real pain. Oh, God! A ticket to ride for Gabriel Kidd. Ticket to ride from Zack Gibson. The cover, left leg hooked to win the internet title. Will a new champion? No. My God, that was close.
Well, colour me surprised. And as I said earlier on tonight, colour me impressed. Zack Gibson's giving it all here.
Again, he's going to try it. Can't quite believe that Kidd kicked out of the ticket to ride, but he kicked out twice.
It's more of that resilience from Kidd, though. That's exactly, I'll give you something, Bradshaw. That's exactly why you and all these morons here in Manchester love this youngster, because he has so much fighting spirit. But it might not be enough against so much fighting experience.
It's very rare for a champion to be an underdog whenever he's in a title defense, but Kidd finds that in almost every match he's in. No exception here. Gibson clearly the favorite, but that hasn't stopped Gabriel Kidd before.
There's no doubt that Gabriel Kidd one day is going to be a Hall of Fame caliber competitor. He will be a world champion at some point in his career, but has this internet title reign just come too soon for him?
Well, that's what Zack Gibson is hoping. That's what Gibson's supporters in Liverpool will be hoping as well.
It takes a lot of prestige, and yeah, I'm going to use that word. It takes a lot of prestige to hold championship gold for any length of time. And look at these two men wallowing away in each other.
Forearm smash after forearm smash, and it's Kidd who takes control. Kidd, blow after blow after blow on Gibson.
Kidd's got the upper hand here, has to make it work for him.
Look at Gibson covering up. All he can do here is cover up and try and protect himself. Kidd is going crazy here in Manchester.
You talk about fight back, he might fight forever.
Gabriel Kidd will fight all night.
Think of the energy he expended with raining all those blows down on Zack Gibson. Meanwhile, you're right, Gibson covered up. He did the smart thing. Kidd was on a roll, but that roll has just been stopped.
There's only so much covering up you can do. Make no mistake, there was some damage done to Gibson there. Kidd has been backed into the ropes here.
Are these people insinuating that Zack Gibson is a thief?
Well, he's looking to steal the internet title from Kidd, and
nicely done.
that would be a very unpopular result if that were to happen, because these Manchester fans have been on the back of Zack Gibson ever since he came out here.
Oh, here we go.
Goes to the clothesline. Does Kidd instead he gets a headbutt into the abdomen. There's the clothesline. Gibson goes down. Hook of the leg from the champion to retain, and again it's not quite enough, not yet.
You see that the pace has quickened in that match. That was a pivotal point for Gabriel Kidd. He thought he had this match in his back pocket, but no, as I said earlier on, this match is still, in my opinion, my humble opinion that is, still in the back pocket of Zack Gibson. It's only a matter of time, trust me.
It's a pivotal moment, is it?
Well, you know, I get excited sometimes. The English language, it was never something I really paid attention to. I was too busy counting my money. Mathematics is what I enjoy.
Right, should be the American president.
Well, you know, I don't like to brag, but I could do anything I set my mind to.
Goes for the kick, there's Gabriel Kidd. Oh, hang on a second. Oh, he went for the helter-skelter, couldn't get it. Instead, Kid's gonna roll up Gibson. He's got him all tied up for the win. Not quite. Again, it's those tricky to kick out of pinning predicaments that have served Kid so well.
Zack Gibson just rolling out of harm's way. Look at this. Kid can't believe it. He stares upwards. He cannot believe that Zack Gibson managed to slip out of his grasp there. That could have been all said and done, Bradshaw.
Yeah, call it veteran instincts from Gibson, or maybe call it a bit of naivety from Kid, but he allowed Gibson to get out of there when if he'd stayed in the ring, Kid maybe would have had Gibson down for long enough to pick up the pinfall.
That's a difference in experience. Someone like Zack Gibson, he comes armed with it. Gabriel Kidd has yet to learn it.
Hang on a second now. Gabriel Kidd.
Look at this now. Kidd not content to let the challenger rest outside the ring.
Oh, a moonsault from Kidd! And wait, he nailed Gibson, but also Kidd's ankles landing hard on the top of the crowd barrier.
His legs came down hard on that barrier, and there's no two ways about it. He has an injury.
Look how much this means to Gabriel Kidd. He is limping, but it is the adrenaline that's getting him through. Does he have enough left in those legs to go to the top?
He certainly does.
The drop kick from Kidd. Will this do it? Kidd, springboard, moonsault on Gibson.
Shooting for the stars.
Oh, the dream does not live on yet, but it is not dead. Gabriel Kidd, a half second away from retaining, but Gibson hangs in there.
Well, I thought that Gabriel Kidd defending against one Kenny Williams at #HenryMania was something else. This match has taken it to a whole new level. Gabriel Kidd, this may be the moment where he arrives, Bradshaw. But you see it, Zack Gibson, Liverpool's #1. He is still in with a shot at becoming your WCPW Internet Champion. The longer this match goes on, I think the experience favours him, especially after Kidd, with that death-defying moonsault, came down hard on that crowd barrier.
It has been a titanic struggle here for the Internet title at Fight Back. And it is Gibson who's trying to fight back now as he's biting the wrist.
You do whatever it takes.
And again, trying to do damage to that left arm. Once more trying to weaken it shortly for the Shankly Gates. Oh, and it's left shoulder he sends into the ring post. Everything that Gibson is doing is calculated towards that end goal of the Shankly Gates submission.
Absolutely. And you think about Gabriel Kidd, his legs must be shattered into a million pieces after hitting that barrier. Now his shoulder is the same.
And what Gibson, what's he going for here? Gibson, hang on now. Gibson dropping Kidd.
Forget about it.
Onto his knees. Come on, man.
How did he kick out of that? There is no way, no humanly way possible that he could have kicked out of that, referee.
It's kind of a reverse version of his Ticket to Ride move, Gibson there.
Look at the pain on Gabriel Kidd's face, that twisted, contorted expression. He can see the title within grasp, but he can also feel it slipping away.
Here we go, trying to bend that left elbow backwards, trying to contort the arm into the Shankly Gates. And if he can nail that in, and if he can get Kidd in a position where Kidd is unable to wriggle towards the ropes, then we're going to have a new Internet Champion. But here's the roll-up, surprise from Kidd, and once again, Gibson is out.
What a wrestling match this is between two absolute warriors.
Could be over now, though. You heard the impact of that clothesline from Gibson. Gibson going for the helter-skelter. Again countered from Kidd. Kidd hooks him up. He gets him. Kidd, the dream lives on for Gabriel Kidd.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this contest, and still WCPW Internet Champion, Gabriel Kidd!
Liverpool's #1, Dave Bradshaw, just coming up short. And speaking of numbers, in the past week, that is 2 incredible title defences for Gabriel Kidd. Even I have to give it up for the young man.
Yeah, I wonder if a 10-year-old, a 15-year-old, hey, even a 19-year-old Gabriel Kidd would have believed the run he is on now as a 20-year-old. Victories since winning the title against Zack Sabre Jr., Kenny Williams, and now Liverpool's #1, Zack Gibson.
You think about all those matches he lost and how disheartened he must have been after every one of those losses. I've called this man a loser in the past, but tonight, hey, if I was wearing a hat, I'd have to take it off, because Gabriel Kidd tonight is a winner, no doubt about it.
Gabriel Kidd's title reign rolls on. He is still the internet champion.
Oh, God.
He drives me up and down the country for these shows. He deserves a hell of a lot of credit. He's not just my best friend. He's one of the best wrestlers in the UK today. I've been keeping something from you. Just gonna lay it out there, dude. You know I've got problems with my knee. And I think this is the end of the run. You can carry me as much as you want. And some might say you've carried me this whole way. I just have to let you know that the doctor recommends I take at least a year out. And I don't want to put you in jeopardy. You deserve more than that. So I love you, man.
We don't do crying. No, I'm not leaving this place on a bad note. We just kick the arse of those two people. I am damned if I'm leaving here splitting on a sad note. Me and you are in Fight Back. We're in a tag team gauntlet, and I swear to God, I don't care if they put us in first, second, third, fourth, 5,000th. I do not care. We are walking out there number one contenders, and at Built to Destroy, we are leaving